Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A YouTuber is on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug him. Long goes 1975.
YouTube, Longboys Post 1975, and welcome to another product overview. Welcome to some more knockoff Chinese tats. Although in this case, how knockoff it is well, it's a little bit different because it's got a very unique and basically its own form factor. It is this. It is the Powkiddy A13, and basically what it is a tabletop arcade unit with a hinge like a laptop. I apologise for the glare and stuff there. It basically is a follow-up to a model that was the A13, which kind of looks like those tabletop arcade machines you see. Think like Neo Geo Mini, only had the same size screen, which was 7 inches. So it was huge, but it was all in one as a moulded unit. This has a hinge. Now, it runs on a quad-core, has 512 of DDR RAM. The operating system is embedded into the system and not on the card, as you get with a lot of sort of Android devices. And I want to say, but don't quote me on this, it runs on a version of Open Dingux. Now, if you look on the back, it's got HDMI out. It's got 2 USB ins because you can use control pads. I couldn't get my wired Xbox One to work, but I got these little shitty cheap knockoff ones from my JXD Retro Arcade tabletop, which this is basically a rather sort of enlarged version of. Different company though. I do like Powkiddy stuff. You've got a TFT card in, or because I'm English, not a TFT card. Sorry, TFT card is... No, that is the TFT card. It looked really small from that angle, yeah. Micro SD card, and you have your power unit, and you have a headphone jack, and that's about it. It's got 4 rubber feet to hold it in place. There is a kind of thing, if it's not on a super flat surface, it kind of has an overhang on the back there, because I'm assuming this bottom is exactly the same as the unit that had a moulded screen, all in one complete moulded screen. I guess the idea is to make this a portable unit. So it does have a little bit of overhang, so there is a little bit of rockage, that's the word of the day, if it's not on a completely flat surface. Here it has 6 buttons, and they are very nice and arcade clicky. I really don't know if they are micro switches, but they're very nice and clicky and very arcadey. There's a screen protector on, I'm OCD, and there are stickers on this as well, but never mind. Now it has a speaker here. The speaker, like the magnet, because I've seen teardowns of this, the magnet on the back of the speaker is huge, and it's really, really good quality. I'm assuming it's only mono unless you plug your headphones in. But you have this here, because you're probably thinking, where's your joystick? Where's your joystick? It's in there, which is brilliant, because when I ordered this, I didn't think until afterwards, which is, wait, what do you do with the joystick, or you won't be able to shut it? You screw it in. I think this is a fantastic idea. The joystick shaft is metal as well, so it does feel really properly arcadey. And are you ready for this? Oh, listen to that. Now that to me sounds like it is micro switch, but again, take it with a pinch of salt. You have this nice little additional pad up here. I will be turning it on, but capturing this is an absolute pain in the ass. So I'm going to have to show, apologies, but I'm going to have to show the functionality of this when it's exporting to my TV. I'll capture a little bit and show you the problem I had with it, but there are other videos out there, and you know me, my production is it ain't the greatest. But so you have 4 buttons here. This is a return to previous screen button. Then you have volume up, volume down, select, and start. Now if you turn it on, I don't have the previous one, so I don't know what the menu is like. Welcome, as it says, but as it kicks in. Oh, and those 2 USB things, like I said, they will take pads. But you have here, now what does it say? You get history, game, movie, file, and settings. What you want to do, first of all, is go into settings, and you will see language. Go into language, and you can set it to English, and then it's all hunky-dory. I think that one comes back. And yeah, it's pretty much, it says what it does on the tin. File Explorer. history to show you the games you previously played, and game there, if you go into game there, it shows you all the systems, of which you have CPS, FBA, I'm not sure what that actually stands for, but basically it's another arcade emulator, Family Computer, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Mega Drive, Neo Geo, PlayStation, and Super Famicom. And then we press back and we come back here. Movie plays MP4 files. This is an LCD screen. I'll mention that a few times. So yeah, it's not amazing, but it is very good. It just doesn't like to be captured. Yeah, so obviously it'll play movies. I have tried movies on it. I'm not going to show you one now for the purpose of copyright. And as I said, you know, considering the screen, which is very good, it's just not phenomenal, they play really, really well. So this is a kind of unique and interesting alternative, because obviously you can plug it into the TV as well, and it's a rechargeable battery with USB-C as well. Which lasts forever. So it's kind of a nice, unique alternative to a portable media device, I guess. Obviously it doesn't have web, but for the form factor of an arcade top. So I'm sure that people out there say, why don't you just buy a laptop and get a Bluetooth keyboard, a Bluetooth control pad and stuff like that? Because I don't want to. What would the fun in that be? But yeah, so I mean, what else is in settings? Display. Yeah, so you can go into display and you got full screen. This is a good one. Or you got equal proportion, which means 4:3 or 16:9. So I do like the fact that they actually include this for a change. I'm going to show you a little bit of Tekken 3, so you can see the issue I had. I tried 2 camcorders on this, tripod, no tripod, and 3 different phones, and none of them want to capture it. I don't know why. Obviously, the people out there who have managed to capture it, they have DSLRs, which obviously I do not. So what I'll do is I'll show you that, and then I'm going to jump into the other room and plug it into the TV, and I can do a little bit of discussion and show you how well the games run on it. And more importantly, we'll come back here, like I said, this is just a quick overview, and see if it's worth buying. I apologise about the way I'm capturing it. I'm only going to do this for a little bit. We'll click start there. But no matter what I try to capture this, it just won't capture it. So just wanted to show you a little bit of footage, which I'm just recording on my phone super close. This is the only way it captures it. So you get an impression of, you know, how nice it works. So, and obviously I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm just going to stand there and take a kicking. But yeah, like I said, it's weird to describe the screen. This does it no justice, but when you see it in person, like I said, there are better options for screens. I guess it's the size of this that you know, is why they've gone for the option they have, LCD, because, you know, price is obviously a point. But right, you're lucky, love, just because I have to play this one-handed. Right, now you're just showing off. So yeah, I looked at many ways to try and capture this. I just couldn't do it. But I had to at least show you a bit of somewhat looking at the screen, for you to get somewhat of an impression. So this is now connected to the TV. Obviously I've set it in English the first time I took it out the box, and this is your first start menu. Top right hand corner, you'll see how much power you have. It came charged out of the box, interestingly, fully charged. Next to that is 7, which is your volume, which dependent upon the emulator you use is, you know, it kind of jumps up and down, but that's kind of to be expected. So history is what it is. It shows you, well, shows you your history of games you've played recently. Game is a list of all your systems. Movie, that's not in there, but it's a movie player, it's really good quality. File browser is just a quick way to drill down and see what you got on it without necessarily going through these menus. And then settings is language, display is important, yeah, equal proportion, which is 4:3. I like the fact that it's got that. Not many of these sort of systems do. Theme, change your themes, they're all rubbish. Backlight, change your backlight. Timeout for saving power. Connection, don't know what this is, handle or computer. It's nothing to do with making it work on TV. Look at that, connection. It works on TV fine the minute you plug it into the back of the system screen goes off and it pops straight onto TV. None of this changing options and stuff like that, which I like. And the signal's full 1080 and it's lovely, clear settings and factory restore. So we're just going to go straight into game. I'm only going to show you a bit of stuff here, because obviously there's some emulators we would expect it to work fine on. Plus you can use a joystick. obviously. You can play 1 or 2 player using the joystick and the pad. I'm using the pad, or you can just plug 2 pads in the back. I haven't actually checked if I'm pad 1 or pad 2, so this could bite me in the ass. Anyway, we'll go straight into CPS, so Capcom's emulation, but it's a mixed bag. There's a whole bunch of different stuff in here, because as you'll see, there's Sega stuff. Now, I'll tell you now, where is it? Afterburner, don't even try it. It just doesn't work. It just won't let you. Well, it just, no control input works whatsoever, whether it's pads or the stick. And then in another emulator, there's Afterburner 2 in there, and that just doesn't run. So I'm quite surprised that this can run PlayStation, but this can't run Afterburner or a sprite scaler, which is kind of, was there aliens in it? A bit. I don't know. I would have thought that this, because this pretty much everything else I've thrown at it, it runs. Oh yeah, and also the naming convention's a bit all over the shop. Don't ask me why, but the thumbnails don't always match up. But you know, these are first world problems. I don't know why it always takes so long to pick a game. Let's just show you anything. Crew Buster. There you go. Oh bollocks, wrong button mapping. Crew Buster. Am I still on that screen? No, of course not. Why would I still be on that? Which makes sense, right? Aliens. We'll go with Aliens. I mean, you would expect it to run this, but it's still a fantastic arcade machine that should have got a port to one of the home consoles, because it's the best Aliens game of the time, and the last great Aliens movie. Even though everyone's got the wrong hair. Oh, yeah. I forgot you just hold far down. You know, that may not be accurate to the way people look and stuff like that, and taking the piss from the number of aliens and shit, but it just feels like an Aliens game. But you're not here for that. Although the music sounds more Terminator-y. See? Anyway, you're not here for that. I'm just showing you stuff that works. So you have to press backwards on the actual unit itself. I'm doing this in the dark. And then this is when we realise it's running on RetroArch, which is cool. So it's an Open Dingus system, I believe, but the operating system is RetroArch. But by all means, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. Anyway, sorry, quickly going back. You've also, this is where you got all your save states. So, it's all cool and stuff. So it brings you back into the emulator you were in, doesn't take you straight to the main menu, which is kind of cool. I guess we'll have a look at Aliens. If I come back, this pad, it's pants. Aliens vs Predator. Oh, Capcom and Konami, you just knocked it out of the park, didn't you? Back then. Okay. Who's basically Dutch, isn't he? Let's be honest. And I don't mean the nation. You know what I mean. Oh yeah, I forgot it's a beat 'em up. I'm just using my gun. This looks lovely still. Again, another game that should have got home port. Eat the burger. Safe to say the aliens don't want it, innit? Right, anyway, don't want to dick around too long, just showing the stuff works. Again, trying to find a button in the dark. There we go. Do it with a joystick. Come on. So let's have a look with FBA. It's another basically MAME. Hang on. And yeah, but it's a complete mixture. Like I said, Neo Geo's got its own section on here, but you've still got all these Neo Geo games mixed in here. Robocop's actually eSwap, I'll let you know that. Now, Wolf Legend, looking for something that is possibly, if I wanted to try a fighting game, I should have tried it in the, there we go, Marvel Superheroes. Should have tried it in the previous emulator, CPS. Skip, 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 skip to the end. I've not actually tried this one before. Nor do I know how it's mapped. Oh well. We live, we learn. The image quality is really, really, really nice. Yep. Who remembers how they did Blackheart in the Ghost Rider movie? How about literally the best way to fuck up a character? I'm not saying they could have done it like him here, but I'm just saying he was awful. But that's neither here nor there. Look at it, it runs really, really, really well. Plays really well, apart from the pad, but that's on me. Can you imagine just having the audacity to try and use your web fluid against a Helllord? Get some of that in your life, Helllord. Right, well that runs fine. So as I said, let's start. I don't want this to take too long. Oh, I'm using the buttons on this one because I can remember the mapping. the buttons on the unit. Right, so back again. Famicom fine, Game Boy fine. Game Boy Advance for the most part, but there you go, we'll show you on this one. There are a few issues on here, but nothing that's game breaking. And it's still a great Sonic game. Skip, skip, skip. Skip to the end. Well, you would expect so, wouldn't you, by these guys? That's what I mean about the volume. Which sounds, the game sounds a bit... music, sorry. There's a whole bunch of, if you go into the NES emulator, there's a whole bunch of really funny ROM hacks as well. And bootlegs. See that little bit glitch in there? Like I said, for the most part, it's completely playable, that. It's funny that it's, well, Game Boy Advance seems to be one of those ones that gives some people, or some systems, you know, issues. I don't know, I don't write these things. It's tits fristily fast though, isn't it? That looks lovely. Well, there you go. So we'll come back. And retro arch. Back again. And now I understand why they put this pad there, and it's cool. Game Boy Color fine, Game Gear absolutely fine. Mega Drive, we'll have a look at a Mega Drive game for the sake of looking at a Mega Drive game. Sonic Big Bang, Sonic Kid, Sonic Partner. Like I see what I mean. Like most of these are just Sonic games. Sonic Kid 3. This is Sonic 3D. I have no idea why they've gone this route. Probably because it's from China, to be honest. This is the only game I've really tried on it, and it seems to be working fine. Oh, have I chosen? No, I've chosen a regular Sonic game, my bad. But, so I've tried Sonic 3D before, I'm saying, and the sound seems to work fine on these. Seem to run fine. I'm sure there's people out there who can spot tiny little glitches, but it's not as bad as that game stuff, to be honest. Just so make that, you know, screechy noise when you break. My ringtone. No! I always fucking find this bit. Just the placing of those two things there. Annoying. Yeah, so you know, it seems to be running absolutely fine to me. I guess we'll have a look at Super Famicom and then we'll try PlayStation. But yeah, like I said, I just want this to be a bit quick. So come back, quick retro arch, back again, PlayStation, Super Famicom, Mortal Kombat. I guess. Oh yeah, but I suck at that. Let's try Super Street Fighter 2, which is actually Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior. But what is this one? This is what I mean with the name. You get used to it. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Oh, screw it, we'll go with that. Yeah, like I said, it's a thing for China. You get used to it. It's just memorization. Or I guess, go in there and rename them all yourselves. All 2,400 of them. Have fun with that. Sounds changed again. I have no idea what the button mapping is on this. But we're here to see how it runs. If that sees you get my ass kicked, then that means you see me get my ass kicked. pads. They are what they are. But yeah, see, it seems to be running fine. Oh, in the face. And also, if I play this on the stick, I know it's years and years and years of playing this game on a joypad, which means I suck at playing this on a stick, which you could argue is the way you're supposed to play it. But yeah, it runs fine. It's censored. Oh, was it not? Because it's no, all generic stuff was censored, wasn't it? Pushy's approach. I don't know why I'm trying to win. I was just supposed to show you a bit of gameplay. There you go. Back, and we'll have a look at PlayStation. Now, I can tell you everything I've thrown at it on PlayStation in this list of games works fine. But I think it's safe to say the one we're going to try to get the best impression of is going to be Tekken 3. Just making sure where my highlight is. But here you go. So you got the. I tell you what is weird in this: trying to play Resident Evil 3 with an actual sort of micro switch stick is just something else. And by that I mean unintuitive and awkward. Something else. Start. Can you imagine telling me when this first came out on the PlayStation way back in the day, because the PS1 the screen wasn't even around at that point. Yeah, you'd have a portable unit with arcade buttons and a stick that would fold down flat like a laptop. That I'm two-player balls, I guess. Oh no, it means we'd have to fight on this side. Why can't I change then? Yeah, that you could use as a laptop. You know, will fold down like a laptop, and you could use as a media player. But it just exploded my mind. I just realised I'm in the two-player port on the back. When I've received that, seems that lets me play. It wouldn't let me select character, annoyingly, but come on, skip to the end. Yeah. Oh well. What we're going to do is we're going to come back, and I'm going to have to play it on the clicky stick. So apologies to anyone else in this house at the moment, because what you don't see is it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Wakey and shit. And also I suck at Tekken like this. Start. I just rammed it in any hole. It was like college, so obviously I accidentally got player 2. Why am I player 2 again? I haven't got a Scooby what's going on. But when I find Jackie Chan and I'm player 2. Yes, that's how it works. But seriously, this looks lovely, and I don't know if it's got frame skip on. I probably should have showed you that they are in here. But it looks lovely, it really does. Get something on your face, Jackie Chan. Can I just get this? Yeah. Oh, he's just the best fighter. And like I said, you can have more PlayStation ROMs. I'm really actually quite surprised at how well this runs PlayStation. Lots of stuff on Tekken. You can notice little dips and drops and stuff here and there. Anyway, this was just a quick show of, you know, some of the stuff that is on here and what you can expect from it. So let's round up. So as you can see, everything I threw at it, it ran really well. You know, the image on the TV is absolutely fine, absolutely fantastic. In person, the screen on this is really good, but it's LCD. So you know, I've seen better screens, but I guess when you make a screen that's that big, then you're kind of limited to what you can use to keep it affordable. Because I forgot to mention, but this was £89, which I think for, you know, the price is really good value for money. You can add extra games into it, but there is a naming protocol you have to follow, which I really can't be asked to explain here, but there are videos out there by a bunch of people. Just search Powkiddy A14. Now you can probably get away with a Powkiddy A13 video, because there's a bunch of these people just do teardowns and they talk about the naming convention. So you can add games onto this. I think the memory card in this is 16 gig, but as I said, because I believe the operating system is embedded in the system and not on the card, then, you know, getting a file structure off the card and then putting your bigger one in, put file structure on that and copying games to it, then renaming them, it's not a problem. But yeah, it really ran everything I threw at it really fine. And as I said, where did I put it? I'm so professional, me. I couldn't get a wired Xbox One pad to work on it, or a 360. I'm sure there are pads out there that do. So these little pads that come with a whole bunch of these that accept, you know, additional pads. They're super cheap, but they prove that if you find the right pad, or format pad, I guess, I don't know what it is that does it and why Xbox Ones don't work, then you can use it on this, which, to be fair, is quite useful, because that stick is phenomenal. These are very loud, and since the battery life is amazing, and you probably would look like a tit with it sat on your lap when you're, you know, commuting or on a train or something like that, that's not gonna, and have headphones in, that's not gonna work, is it? That's gonna drive whoever sat next to you up the pissing wall. And also, I want to say the build quality, it's got some weight, it's got quite a lot of weight, but the build quality is really good. It's really hard plastic. It feels really sturdy. It's got a really you know, nice stiff hinge, which is a good thing. And as I also mentioned, the speaker in this is absolutely phenomenal. The fact that you can, you know, it folds flat if you take this out, and it gives you a storage place as well, means it really is truly portable. As I said, turn the volume down, you may look like a bit of a numpty using it in public, but I think it's a really good sort of unit for taking, you know, if you're staying the night away somewhere else, because as I said, you can put movies on it, it look fine, look absolutely fine. Well, oh, it's 1941. Yeah, they look absolutely fine, but capturing it, I just can't do the screen quality, the quality of the screen justice. Like I said, it sounds weird the way I'm describing it. It's really nice looking screen. It's just, I've seen better. And then, although having said that, when you get better quality screens and stuff like this, because it's the LDK game, because they are so small, then price, you know, is clearly factored into it. But I'm actually really quite impressed with this, especially for £89. You will have to shop around. I bagged it for that off a private seller on Amazon, but I've seen it go for anywhere up to £100. But yeah, there's 2,500 games on here, so I think this is a really, I mean, it's very unique, and I've ultimately been won over by its form factor. But yeah, I have to say, I really do like this unit. I would have loved to have done a better sort of overview of this, but by not being able to capture the screen properly, unless I do it handheld, which means I can't even play it, then yeah, that's not going to happen. But I wanted an overview because a bunch of people knew I got it, and also it did come in a box. It came in this rather nice box, which actually has a handle, which now it's empty feels really light, but with that in it, it feels really bloody sturdy. But yeah, so the box is quite nice. It shows you what it does. It says control pad, meaning game. You can play movies, you can listen to music, and control pad, meaning you can play it with a control pad. And also, where is it? On the side, it's got two young kids kicking each other's in the knackers, and just a random, here's a picture of a bike. So basically, a slightly different overview than I normally do. I guess you could argue this is how I used to do handheld overviews way back when I first started doing my channel. But yeah, so the Powkiddy A13, I think it's great. I mean, it depends if you like these sort of things, the form factor like I do, and whether or not you think £89 is expensive, which I personally don't. I mean, there are cheaper emulation options out there, but I have to say, I am really quite impressed with this machine. Yeah, and think it's awesome. I personally would recommend it. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you have one of these or the previous model. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.